Alright guys, welcome to Shirk Cycler YouTube channel, where it's motorized bikes, mopeds, and small engines. Got the line of shit up for the parts. It's a mess. I gotta sort through it this weekend. Got the bikes. Got this area cleaned out. So this is a bit of a bitch, to tell you the truth. Tonight, I am experimenting with engines again. This one's the YD100 I'm tearing apart. And this is the LD80. Personally, what I want to do is I want to find what the best engines are and find the most reliable engines out of these two. Either it's the YD or the LD, and we're going to see which one works the best. And I'm just gonna sell this one, and I'm gonna sell whatever friction drive is the most reliable, and that's gonna be it. I would like to make light versions and heavy duty versions, but I don't know if that's gonna work out long term. We gotta think about it. So this is the cylinder for that weed eater engine. Personally, these are my favorite. However, they can be cheap as fuck sometimes, like this one. Piston ring broke up top because it caught something. That's not the piston's fault. That's mine. I gotta get rings for it or find them, but the problem is sometimes the stock rings are thinner than the aftermarket rings, and that prevents the sliding action to be smooth, which really can suck. It's a simple motor overall. This is what it looks like. So that kind of has me pissed off. But we kind of got a problem tonight, and I just want to let you know, yes, there is a difference between the LD100 and the YD100. The LD80, I'm sorry. I have an LD100 cylinder here. That I'm going to convert this YD100 over to a two-piece cylinder with a high compression cylinder head. The stud spacing is different. The cylinder bore is bigger. So, we got two YD100 pistons. One is a fucking scam, and the other one has potential. So, this, with the exhaust ports facing the opposite direction, this is a windowed piston. I am hearing that these can actually cause vacuum leaks or running lean scenarios where these don't run right and you actually need a reed valve to run these no matter what, and you can't just run a regular intake. So for the reliability sake of things, that might be off the list. And this I think it even takes a smaller bearing, a smaller wrist pin than this one. It's just, this one's a lot smaller than that one. I don't know why. And the spacing in here is a lot smaller. It's almost like you gotta trim that away, but this is going in the garbage because I don't want to modify or ruin this piston, which is a critical component of the engine. So put that over here. This is the stock LD100 piston, YD100 piston. As you can tell, it's stock. It was fueled at some point. I had to get my brake cleaner out and spray this shit down. So this was ran at some point. You can see by the scoring on the cylinder. So always, guys, your exhaust arrow faces towards the port all the time. This is the stock shitty intake. There's nothing going on in there. That's good anyways. This is the two-piece YD100 cylinder I am trying to get to work. And yes, somewhere I have a high compression head for this, which will make things interesting, and it will be good. This exhaust port is already ported. I also have an MZ65 pipe for this build, which will bolt up to that smoothly. And as you can see, the Chinese guys working on this actually did a great job porting this thing. It's actually smooth. I do not have to touch that cylinder at all. And even the cross hatching is good too, as you can see. It looks a little dull there. I don't know why. Maybe that's just a defect, or I don't know, oil sheen. There's the intake. That is actually widened as well. It is smooth to the touch. And it has the open transfer ports. And this is the reason why I always hated the YD100. Look at this piece of shit. There is no flow going on in here. There is no Venturi effect. It is totally closed off. And I don't know if you guys remember, or any faithful followers are watching this from the old Outback 69 channel and the Flat 4 channel. I was showing you that I tried cylinders with the closed ports. They just did not want to start, no matter what I tried. So this is going to be ditched. We are not doing this closed port shit. It's horrible. It's very rough in here, and it's very rough there, so nobody smooths anything out. And this is a one-piece jug, so there is no heat dissipation going out on at all, and it is very hot. So this is not good to run in the summertime, especially with low octane fuel. I would not recommend it. I would recommend 93 and up for these, especially with the carburetors. This is a LD80. This is probably one of the best ones I've actually seen in a while, and for me to say that, it's a lot. I spent a lot of money on these, trying to get to this point of opening a business in the first place, and to making them run. It's a whole nother playing field. I spent 5 years working on this shit. Shirk Cyclery was just even a dream back then. So this is the LE80. This is the stock exhaust port. As you can see, there is a bit of a resonance chamber actually built in the exhaust port. That's why it's curved that's why it's like that. So what we have to do here is actually take these edges away and smooth this port. And we also have to smooth that port out with the file. That's gonna be the easiest part probably. And then we gotta smooth the intake port out. And also we gotta scuff the intake port and round the intake port out as well. As you can see, that's already done. I think it's a little extreme. Like, this intake port is a perfect example of what a ported intake port should look like. I would highly recommend to port all your cylinders and polish them. And I got it dirty, so I gotta clean it. And I gotta put newspaper down, so I'm not a fucking slob. But that's what we're looking at. We're going to use the stock, the windowed piston we're gonna trash. Look at that. The stock spacing is actually better. There's no window on it. And these G-clips here Oh no, this is the... I'm sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. Look, this is the YD100 piston. This is much better. So I have to order fucking clips for this to actually fit. I ordered 10mm clips. I don't know if they're wrong or not, but this is a YD100 piston. Why the hell would you make that smaller than it should be and have a smaller bearing go through it? Or pin go through it? I could test fit them, but I don't think it's the right size. That just screws everything over. And it's not the same size as this one. So, I mean, we can test fit on camera. This is the LD80 wrist pin. That looks like it'll go through. This is the YD100. It's not gonna pass. That's not gonna pass, but that one will. So, windowed piston, that shit's bad. So, this is what I'm working with. We're going with an Elco carburetor, 21mm, and a dial reed block set for this. Just gotta take it a day at a time. And tomorrow, I'm going to port this one and see how far I can get with it. That is the best damn two-stroke engine you can buy with money today. And this is the second best, in my opinion, if the fucking piston ring didn't break. But these engines, I don't know. I always thought about building a Phantom 85 or a SAW build. But I'm like an MS460 build, but I'm not really sure. I don't know how far you really want to push these before they blow up. So that's just my synopsis of all of it. And I have a shitty bench again. So yeah, we need to keep the area clean and keep the dirt out of the system entirely. So thank you for watching. I'll be back down here tomorrow, probably early in the morning, before it gets hot. I don't know if I can even do anything other than port this. So we'll see what can get done. I gotta order clips for this YD and see if I can get that piston on. But yeah, that's the plan. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching and have a good evening. I'm out.